Yemeni activists have emerged victorious in their recent campaign against Reuters. Many web users had taken to social networks to voice their outrage and demand answers from the British press agency when they discovered Mohammed Soudam, the personal translator to President Ali Abdullah Saleh, had been hired as Reuters' main correspondent in Yemen. A Facebook page called Shame on Reuters had even been set up to condemn this unacceptable conflict of interests. The campaigning has paid off because the press agency has announced it will no longer be using Soudam to report on events within the country. In a very brief message posted on its Facebook page, Reuters said Soudam has always been objective, but it was not appropriate to employ someone who was also working for the government. The news has been greeted with much jubilation, and many web users have thanked Reuters for reacting in the way it did and ending the skepticism over the reliability of the information provided by the British press agency. This Facebooker, however, is not entirely won over. She says although Reuters did what needed to be done in the end, it will have to redouble its efforts in the future if it wants to win back the trust of the people of Yemen. Cairo's Tahrir Square has been covered in a haze of tear gas since Saturday. Riot police in Egypt have been using the gas day and night to disperse protests against the ruling military. Tear gas irritates the eyes and throats and burns the skin. A number of photos have been posted on social networks suggesting the tear gas cartridges were made in the United States. The canisters are branded with the name and address of Combined Systems, a company based in the state of Pennsylvania. Some appear to have exceeded their expiry date, sometimes by several years, and this has raised concerns over potential health risks for protesters. Because according to reports from cyber activists, the gas used by police over the past few days is more powerful than the gas used during the popular uprising which led to the ouster of Hosni Mubarak in February. Doctors are saying that vinegar is now proving to be less effective when dealing with the effects of tear gas. But protesters have found alternative means of protection. This activist recommends spraying the face with a water and yeast solution to counter the effects of tear gas. The video has been viewed over 100,000 times in just a few days and has been widely relayed by Egyptian bloggers. And although it's not prohibited to export it, the fact that US-manufactured tear gas is being used to repress protests in Tahrir Square could prove highly embarrassing for the Obama administration. An Egyptian army officer carried through Tahrir Square as a hero. This video was posted online by a group of citizen journalists called Mozareen that was set up after the revolution that led to the fall of Hosni Mubarak. A number of uniformed soldiers have now joined the protests against military rule. And the most famous of these soldiers is without a doubt Ahmed Shoman. The army captain defected in February to demonstrate his opposition to the former regime. And now he's once again defying the authorities, declaring armed forces should not be put above the Egyptian people. Many web users like Faten Mostafa have hailed the show of solidarity towards the Tahrir Square protesters. Some still hope it will be possible to fraternize with the military. This drawing by Brazilian cartoonist Carlos Latouf has been widely circulated on social media platforms. It's appealing to soldiers to refrain from using force against protesters. Others are more wary. Blogger La Sherazade is urging protesters to not glorify these deserters, as their real intentions are not known. The soldiers have been strongly criticised by protesters who accuse the army of wanting to hold on to power and of using violence to try and quell the protests in recent days. Activists have distributed this wanted poster around Tahrir Square, offering a reward of 5,000 Egyptian pounds, that's a little over €600, to the person who finds this man. He's a member of the security forces accused of wounding a protester in the eye. He was seen in this video, which has been circulated all over the Egyptian blogosphere. Winter sports season is just around the corner, and this video should get enthusiasts in the mood. Swiss snowboarder Stefan Mora has attached a camera to his helmet so he can take web users along for the ride on his off-piste descents.